Hi everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Give us a thumbs up, let us know that you're here. So it's Monday night and John and I are in the kitchen. So let me just let John get everybody up and running, give me some feedback. Basically there's no Laura, no Maria, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But we have got some great things to tell you tonight and read through a few things. So just while the audience is building up, I will just show you this as a plaque. You've seen it many times. So we're going to do a little bit on sweet stamps tonight. We're going to make some fabulous buttercream. We're going to decorate some cakes. I've got a new Nifty Nozzle bundle for you for sale. And John's put an offer on together. So John, do you want to give me some feedback on how we're doing? And we may not connect to YouTube. I'm not sure whether John is aware of that at the moment. Our app has already notified us that YouTube may not connect. I think it's doing some updates, and when we tried to connect before, it said it may update, it may break, we're not really sure. So YouTubers, do let us know if we do disappear. It's not us, it is due to the app not working properly. So John, just you and I in the kitchen, love. Another great night.
Yeah. Hello everyone.
So
I'm just trying to get the link put on here.
Right. Well, if you want to read the comments, John, you're best reading from your phone because it doesn't read very well from the laptop. It keeps freezing. So just while John gets that going, so let me just explain a few things why Laura's not here in the kitchen. In fact, I'm just going to read out this statement. Now, John has put the statement on Facebook. On the group. Okay.
Yeah, it's long.
No. I know, that I'm just waiting when the audience goes up. So we have put a statement out. So with the coronavirus going at the moment, obviously we've had to put some plans in place. We are a small company, and we want to make sure that you feel safe about everything that's going on at Sugar and Crumbs. So I just thought I'd read this out to you. So basically we thought hard about sending you out this email, because we're sending it out by email as well. As we know, there is much on this is on much wait a minute we thought hard about sending you this email, as we know there is much on everyone's mind at the moment. At this point in time, COVID-19 hasn't had an impact on the service that we provide here at Sugar and Crumbs. However, we wanted to share with you some of the processes that we have put in place in order for us to continue delivering Sugar and Crumbs products whilst prioritising the safety of both our customers and our team. Prioritising food safety. The NHS has stated that it is unlikely that COVID-19 can be spread through food, but we are still taking additional precautions to give you some reassurance. Here is a little more on our food safety practices. We operate from a SALSA, in brackets, Safe and Local Supplier Approval accredited facility, where the standards of hygiene are always extremely high. Okay, so that's our what would you call that? The SALSA, what does it mean? That's what we're authorised.
It's a food accreditation. It's the standards that we operate to.
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
Yeah. We have increased levels of health surveillance across our business and our supply network, introduced additional sanitisation processes in all areas of the business, and we've split our workforce into 3 small and distinctively separate teams operating on different shifts, ensuring that no team has physical contact with a colleague in another team. So the reason Laura's not here is that she is on the day team. So she is on at 7 a.m. in the morning till 3. And then we've moved an afternoon team that is just after 3 until 1 in the morning. They're on 4 nights. And then we've got the home office team here, which is basically John, Maria, Simon and I. So, and we've also got Karen working from here as well. So basically what that actually means is if anything does happen, we've got another team to step in. So we just want you to feel reassured that we've put everything in place for that situation if it occurs, and fingers crossed that it doesn't. So couriers at the moment, communicating with our couriers, none of our couriers have indicated to us that they will not be delivering parcels. What they have said is there could be possible delays. Now, if you have ordered next day delivery, we cannot guarantee next day delivery. We do have it in our terms and conditions that next day delivery with all couriers has a 98% success rate. However, if they don't deliver, there's nothing we can do. There's no money back, there's no nothing. What it actually means is they will deliver the next working day. So couriers at the moment are under massive pressure. You know this, it's all over the news. Everybody is ordering online. You can't even get a Tesco or an Asda delivery collection at the moment. In fact, even doing a pickup from Tesco, Sainsbury's or one of them is very, very difficult. And if you're not aware of that, then I'm not sure what newspapers or news you've been reading. So couriers are under immense pressure. They are so busy, and as far as we are aware, we've not been notified that they are not delivering. What we have been told is there could be a delay to your order. Now, with Sugar and Crumbs, now you are on Hermes, you should all be getting an email, okay? So providing you've written your email address correctly on your account, you will get an email updating you and tracking. Also, if you're not in, there's a new facility now that you can actually have your parcel diverted to your local parcel shop. So do look out for your emails from Hermes at Sugar and Crumbs. And then you should be getting text messages. Now, you'll only get a text message if you've put your mobile number in. If you put your landline number in, you won't get a text message. So do make sure that you are putting your mobile number in so that you can be updated on that as well. And they're now giving you time slots when they're dropping off. So if you're not in, your parcel will be delivered the next day. But if you're not in, you've also got the opportunity to move your parcel, but do it early. You can't do it at the last minute. You need to do it as soon as you get that first email. So that's where we are with couriers. So Laura's not going to be here. We've decided to do this system for the next 6 weeks. What we've said is we're going to look at it at the end of March, and then we're going to look at it at the end of April to see how things are going. We've also cancelled classes, and when the cancelled is the wrong word, we've postponed classes. So Georgie Godball's classes now, I will be contacting you. It won't be tomorrow, I'll be contacting you. Because I've been in work all day today sorting out the shifts and what everybody has to do, I'm actually a day behind. So on Wednesday, I am going to be contacting everybody who's booked Georgie Godball's classes, and I will be giving you new dates. Now, Georgie has given me the following dates. So if you want to pop them in your diary, you can pop them in now and be prepared for when I personally will be calling you. I can't put that pressure on the admin staff at the moment. So the new dates are the 18th, 19th and 20th of September. And those classes will have one teapot class in on the Saturday the 19th. The 18th and the 20th will be a Halloween theme. On the 27th, 28th and 29th of November, those classes will be Christmas theme, apart from the 28th, which will be the teapot, because it seems so many of you wanted a teapot. Now, I can't bring the dates any earlier, and simply because we've got to get this lot sorted out. We don't actually know what's going to go on for this next 6 months, so I think it's best that we leave it to them for classes. The classes for June that we've got booked in, so there's no more classes here at Sugar and Crumbs, but the classes that we've got booked in for June, which is Natalie Porter and Zoe Fancy Cakes, as I say, we're going to wait to the end of April before we make any decision about those June's classes. So hopefully we're all with that. So how's everybody doing with that, John?
Fine.
Right. So my next thing is Danielle Crouch should have been in the kitchen today. Now, unfortunately, her father's been rushed into hospital with a suspected heart attack. So where Danielle was messaging me this morning saying she was coming, within half an hour, it all gone horribly wrong. So our thoughts are with Danielle and hope that her father recovers and he's well, but they're not really sure. Everything's just going a bit bonkers over there. So she's obviously not here in the kitchen. So that's thrown me back in the kitchen, and I'm not actually sure what we're going to do. But John has come up with 2 special offers for you. So what he said is, so I'm just going to play with these. So I'm going to show you what the 2 special offers are. So hopefully John's going to keep me in the loop with the conversation of what's going on, because there's only me and him in the kitchen. And then I am going to demo. So one of the offers that we've got going on is that Sweet Stamps has has actually put a nice little bundle together for us. Now they all come in this box. So these are Sweet Stamps new boxes. So John, can I pop that under that camera there, please?
Take it back a little bit.
Yep.
That's about right. Yes.
Right, so sweet stamps now, so this is the sugar and crumbs set in the new presentation box, and they're also doing, well, we're doing an offer, we're working with them on this offer, and you also get a pick-up pad. Now that one bundle there is $44.99, I believe it is, isn't it, John? So that's that bundle, all right? But what John has done is, he has added, so can you see that down there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what John has added, he has added the Colour Splash Silver, the Colour Splash Pure Gold, the Finishing Sparkle, and that is, let me just tell you what it is.
$49.99. It's on the screen for everyone to see.
Yeah, $49.99. So you're making good savings on those both bundles. Now, if you're not sure what the font is, there's the font. So I'll just leave that there for you. So that's the font. So this is the uppercase with the smaller lowercase letters, and then that's all the uppercase, okay? So that's the font, so it's lovely. Can you just mute the sound? So John, what do we think of that then?
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Yeah. So hopefully you're going to like this offer. So I'm going to demo these in a minute. So I'm just going to show you how to use the sweet stamps. So let's just go through that again. So this is the new presentation box, and it's got the sugar and crumbs. Now it's a magnetic box, so it clips together. Now when you do open this set, it comes like this, and Amy has put 3 tutorials together. Just see that. So she's put 3 tutorials together, so they come over the top. Let's just see, I think it comes, not sure which way it comes, but basically that it comes over the top like that, and it's all cling film together. So then when you take the cling film off, take this off, then you've got your pickup pad. Now when you open this, when you buy these on their own, the letters inside are in shrink wrap. These are not shrink wrap, so do be careful. Don't pick these up sideways, okay? Make sure you've got them flat, make sure you lift up, and make sure then I will show you how to take these out, okay? So do make sure that you have these in. Make sure you don't tip it up, or otherwise they're all going to fall out all over the floor. Right, okay, so let's move that out of the way. So that comes with that, so that's the set on its own. But then John has put this together, little starter pack, and that together. Yeah? And just repeat, that's the font. Good. Right, so let's move that all out of the way then. And then let me tell you about the other deal that he's doing at the moment. Hang that over there, let's put that over there. Right, so let's put that over there because that's what I'm going to play with. Right, perfect pours are back in stock. I'm probably not going to demo these. I've not really had a practice with these myself, but there's lots of little videos on the perfect pour. So they're in stock as well. These are the new ones, and you get a little funnel with it. Let me just find a little funnel. I think I've probably lost the little funnel already by the looks of things. He's not in here. But you do get a little funnel now for filling up. So I'll get Karen on the hunt for that tomorrow. So just to let you know that they're there. And then we've got a little nozzle set for you. Have I done that right, John, with that?
Yeah.
And what's in this set? Do they come in it as well?
No, see. The three colour splash, the nozzles, the Wilton tips, and the 2 icing wheels.
Right, okay then, that's great. So this is another little deal for you. We're coming up to summer, so this is the strawberries and cream, the white chocolate and raspberry. Then we're going to put the Colour Splash pink in, the Colour Splash pistachio, the Colour Splash sunflower, and then you've got 4 nozzles. And those are the nozzles that you're going to get. So you got 4 nozzles and 2 Wilton nozzles, yeah? So can you see that whole deal there?
Yeah.
Yeah? How much is that deal, John?
That's $19.99.
Yeah, and is that how much it is? Or is it?
And that's the offer price at $19.99.
Right, okay then, yeah, great.
I think the actual retail
I
price
can't
is
remember.
about £26 something.
Yes. I can't remember what I've put on the website. So that's $19.99 for that set there, which is a fantastic set. Now, the other thing I wanted to tell you about the sweet stamp set there, it's an even great bargain actually, because I never thought that set there, if you buy that set and you're spending over £40, which means that you get free shipping and you get a free bag of icing sugar as well. So that's an even better deal, that one. This one we can't do this because it's a £20 deal, but I suppose you could spend another £20 and then you can get your free shipping in your free bag of icing sugar, which is great as well. So there's lots of new goodies in on the website. I've actually put them on the wish list. Just to give you an update what we're doing as well, on Wednesday mornings now I'm going to do product testing. And basically on a Wednesday, because I never really get a chance to tell you about all the new products, I'm just like flinging them under the camera there. And I actually want to spend a little bit more time with them. So on Wednesday, we're going to be doing product testing with the new products. Now I'm not going to be able to get them all, but what I will do is I'll show you what we've got in new, but they are in what's new at the moment. And then we'll use some new ones. So one of the new items that we're going to use is, on Wednesday, is we're going to use the new Katie Sue honeycomb mould. Now that's just come in, it's on the website, so if you want that tonight to add to your bundle, that's in as well. Remember, it's the last night tonight to order your cake lace, which is on offer as well. So if you're ordering your cake lace, if you order a cake lace mat and one of the pastes to go with it, you actually get a free rosy mat. So there's lots of things going on, but that finishes, the cake lace finishes tonight. So last orders tonight, that's it, finished. And then these offers are on for this week. So these will be on till next Monday. Will it be Monday? Yeah. Or while stocks last.
It'll be while stocks last. I would have thought they should certainly last through till the end of this week.
Right.
Thursday,
okay.
Friday, but
yeah.
it depends how quick they sell.
Yeah, okay. So how's our audience building, John?
Yeah, very well. We've got nearly 260 people.
Right. If it's the same 260 people who watched me on Thursday have a meltdown, I did have a really good laugh at it in the Molly Robbins class. So some of you may not notice that some of you will have noticed that I had a meltdown. And, you know, God bless John, he was as good as gold. What you actually didn't see is I actually burst into tears. So how cool was that?
And we went to this view, which is the overhead camera, which we're now on.
So I did watch the video because I was laughing with my daughter in Australia when I was telling her, and she said, "Oh, I think I'll go and watch it." She never watches it, but basically, I got myself into quite a tizzy, and when I get myself into a tizzy, I'm just like I either deal with it very well or I start panicking inside. And on Thursday, I could just feel the panic rising and rising and rising, and it's not actually a great feeling, I have to tell you. You know, all you guys are all sat at home, you're watching this demo, you know, 99.9% of you are very positive. There's always the odd one that's maybe not so positive, but when you're here, it's actually quite daunting. You know, I've just got the back of a screen to talk to, and it's great when Laura and everybody else is in the office because we make loads of noise, but John's actually quite a quiet man, so he's busy concentrating, and sometimes I just need that bit of feedback back. But it really didn't help that I didn't print off the ingredients for the recipe, and you know what, I challenged some of you to try and make a cake that you've never made before or not made in a very long time, and try and remember the ingredients, and I could just feel myself getting worse and worse. So my apologies, but I am also laughing about it, as quite a few of you referred to the cup and saucer session. Thank you guys for bringing that back up again. That was one of my other previous meltdowns where I could feel myself going under. But what it does show is that we're live and I'm human and I do get on with it. And to be fair, the most fabulous things about these Facebook Lives is that there's nothing we can hide here, you know, apart from my tears. And John was so good, he was going, so because he had to put it on mute for a little while as well, where I pulled myself together. So and I did get lots of lovely messages off you guys as well afterwards, saying that you had realised that something was going wrong, and that was really nice of you too, so I really do appreciate that. Right, okay, so should we get on with the demo, John?
We got some questions about whether there are any other bundle deals with the pickup pad together with the sets, and no, unfortunately we haven't. This is just the one bundle deal that we've got, and it's on our own exclusive set.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that we've done with Amy, and we can't do it with all the sets because at the end of the day, Amy's business is, you know, Sweet Stamp's business is their business, but they've actually done this deal especially for us on our own sets, and it's a fantastic deal, so we can't actually include it with any other sets. You know what, if it goes well, this one, you know, maybe we can have a chat with Amy at a later date, but at the moment, this is the deal that we've done. So anyhow, so let's start showing you how to use these things. So shall we do the cupcakes first? I think we'll do that first. So time and time again, I always get asked about my buttercream recipe, and we did a cupcake bouquet class last week. And even in that class there, the ladies have watched my class, and they always say it's the buttercream that gets them. And my buttercream recipe really is a very simple buttercream recipe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this mixer on because I don't know what you can actually see. So are we on here, John? Is that okay for you?
You can go from the overhead camera, yeah.
Right, okay then. So basically all I've put in here at the moment is, so I'm going to make 1 kilo of buttercream. And I've put in here 500 grams of unsalted butter. Now unsalted butter is my preferential choice. So if you like salted butter, fine. And if you want to do half and half, that's fine. It's your choice. The one thing I will say, if you're going to use margarine or anything suitable for vegetarians and vegans, you may have to add more icing sugar because margarine, you'd have to add another bag in. You're going to need 3 bags. So, you know, make sure you do another third as well, especially if you're going to use something very soft, okay, to make it firm, because you do need to make it firm. I've already pre-whipped this. Now what I do with this is, when I say whip it, I'm going to beat it with the beater. Do not beat it with a whisk attachment. When you beat it with a whisk attachment, you're actually putting more and more air into it, and that is not something that we actually want. So I've already started it, and I did say to the ladies, and it did make them realise they didn't do what I asked them to do, and they thought that just by turning it on, throwing the icing sugar in, that was it, and that was how your grannies showed you how to do it. So my granny showed me how to do it, but you do need to beat the butter for 5 to 7 minutes. So this has been beaten, but I've also left it for a little while because this got beaten at 5 o'clock tonight. So I'm just going to turn it on now, give it a quick go, and this is beaten butter only. So while I do that, I'm just actually going to turn the kettle on for a moment. Just another thing, the white boxes. So these boxes are back in stock. These are the wedding cake boxes, and these are 16 by 16, so 16 square and 27 inches high, okay? So these are back in stock. Now I've only got 15 of them in stock, and then once they're gone, they're gone. So these are the tall wedding cake boxes. I have put them in the must-have list. They come with a lid, but this is my personal box, and I've lost my lid, so I don't know where it is. But anyhow, this is the tall wedding cake boxes. They have actually been in stock for a while, and we stopped stocking them. But while I was down at the warehouse today, I spotted them, and I spotted 15 of them. And it seems that when we moved over to the new website, we didn't take these with us onto the new website. So they've been sat in the warehouse since August. And obviously you can imagine I wasn't very chuffed about that. So I've come home, popped them on the website, so they're available for you to buy now. So let's get that out of the way. Right.
So also just be aware that we have a like and share prize that runs each week. So if you like and share this Facebook Live, then there's a prize of a £25 Sugar and Crumbs voucher to be won. And we draw the prize 7 days later. So tonight is Monday.
Yeah.
So we will be drawing the prize for this Facebook Live next Monday.
Yeah, and we need to draw the prize for last Monday,
And we need to draw the prize for last Monday, yes.
So just to catch up on the other things that's going on, we've had to cancel the Blackpool Sugarcraft Guild coming in.
I think someone has mentioned they're not going to be
I
here.
know. So we feel really bad about that, but there's a few things about that. They're car sharing for one, so I think that was going to be 4 or 5 cars sharing 16 ladies coming down. And at the end of the day, when you've got 16 ladies coming from all different places, you know, you don't know what they've picked up, and then they're going to come into the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Now, I'm not going to say those ladies are ill, but I really could do with not having anything in the kitchen. So we've cancelled that until a later date, and I've promised I'll keep in touch with those ladies. Also, we're not doing a Hachanda on Saturday. So we were meant to be going to a Hachanda on Saturday, but again, for exactly the same reasons, because John and I want to stay safe. And the thing is, I'm asthmatic. So I'm not 60 yet, I'm 58, but I'm asthmatic, and I really do not want to be in contact with anybody that could make me ill. So I'm not saying that a Hachanda would make me ill, but basically I don't need to be trotting up there to do anything for anybody. So I have apologised to a Hachanda. I am back with them in May. I've taken a date with them in May. I can't remember what date it is now, but I'll be with them in May. So what are you laughing your head off, John?
Apparently I sound like Eamon Holmes.
Oh, do you? Right, okay. Well, I suppose you do. He's an Irishman, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, okay. So, and what else have we got to tell you? Emily Coyle is going to be here on Wednesday. So she will be here in the kitchen. But what's she making? A bunny cake she is, isn't she? Bunny butt cake, I think she's going to make.
Yeah.
Yes. So we might get Laura for that, because I'm not sure I can be here for it. So we'll decide anyhow on the day. But Laura and I have got to miss each other if we can. Right, anyhow, so that was all that going on. So beat the living daylights out of the buttercream, and that's 500 grams of butter. And now we're going to put in 1 kilo of icing sugar. Now, because with Sugar and Crumbs, we're using our flavoured icing sugar. Of course, you can use plain icing sugar, and you can use essence as well if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But everybody who's a Sugar and Crumbs follower knows just how delicious our flavours are. I'm going to pop in velvet vanilla, okay? The velvet vanilla flavour, if you've not tried it, is amazing. It's very much like Cornish ice cream. It's delicious. It smells good, it tastes good, and everybody loves it. I think we have about 40 flavours on the moment currently. And then I know some of you have been asking for when pineapple and coconut is back in the building. I think it's back in, and we were just waiting for the pouches to arrive, weren't we, John? Mm-hmm. So the pouches arrived today. So I'm going to email James about getting the pouches back in, about getting the pineapple and pina colada and coconut back in stock. I'm also going to be releasing some new flavours next week in commemoration for the VE Day for May the 8th for Help the Heroes. That's what I was trying to find. So next week I'm going to be talking to you about those 2 flavours that we're going to do. So next Monday, John, can you just put that in an email to me to remind me? So next Monday we'll be releasing the 2 new flavours for Help the Heroes, and there'll be a 50p donation from every bag that we sell ourselves. We won't be offering it to the trade, these 2 bags, because we want these 2 flavours, because we want to make sure Help the Heroes get the money for it. So next week I'll be releasing 2 new flavours in Help the Heroes, and every bag sold 50p will go to Help the Heroes. That's something that we're working with Rosie Cake Diva, and Rosie Cake Diva's got lots of things going on, and so we're going to work with that. So hopefully you'll be into buying those next week. Let me go and get my water a minute. Hang on. Do I shout some comments, John?
Sorry, I'm in the middle of doing your email.
Oh yeah, 2 things at once.
Well, it's always a struggle.
Right. So yeah, you'll see that I put the sugar into the bowl now, and then what I do now is I like to chop it in. Now, what does chopping it mean? Basically, we're just going to sort of like make it into a crumble type of thing, really. The reason I do this is so that we don't have to have a little icing cloudburst all over the place. So we're just going to chop it in. Can you see which camera are you under there, John?
I'm looking straight down on you.
All right, that's brilliant. So it only takes a minute or 2 to do this. Just chop it all in. And of course, while you're doing this, you get the lovely aroma, which is absolutely delicious. All our flavours are fabulous. So I'm hoping tonight you're going to be interested in this new deal. It is actually on the website, so it's on the Facebook Lives must-have. It's actually in the What's New section. It's also in the Nifty Nozzles section, and it's in the sweet stamp section. And John will be sending out an email to you all as well. So John, have we got any feedback about what's happening at our place, about our teams and everything? And about the bundle deals?
Yeah, all positive. Just some people telling us about their day. So we've got somebody working in the supermarket who's not had a good day. I think it's all the crazy panic buying that everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Question about how much were the big boxes?
I think they're $14.99. I'm sure they're $14.99. But they are big boxes. They will hold a free tier cake in them.
Carol Tuckers has said, "Dare I like and share?" No, maybe not, Carol. But it is me that's choosing you each week.
Yeah, so don't forget your like and share, as John's told you. So we need to pick from last Monday's live. It was in last Monday.
Can't remember. The sweet stamp offer is on for as long as stocks last. We've got a set number of bundles that we've put together. My thoughts would be they'll last probably until Thursday or Friday. But you never know. Sometimes these offers go really well and they all sell out within 24 hours. And sometimes they drag on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if they sell out quickly, we might actually get some more. But I'm not sure we can actually get some more on this occasion.
Right, okay, so can you see now I've chopped this in a little bit? So because I've chopped this in a little bit now, that would definitely help with the cloudburst. So what did that take? Only about 2 or 3 minutes, didn't it? It's well worth the effort of doing this. So this is like a little crumb coat now. Not a little crumb coat, it's like little crumbs like you do for an apple crumble. So what I'm going to do now is, I always eyeball this, but you need to be putting in 1 to 2 tablespoons per 500 grams.
The big boxes are $15.99. Thank you, Karen, for telling us that.
Right, brilliant. I couldn't remember how much they were.
Last Monday, it was Jerry doing cake lace.
Oh, yeah, it was one.
Thank you, Carol, for that. Glad somebody can remember more than 7 days.
We've even just mentioned about the cake lace. So per bag, I usually put in 1 to 2 tablespoons of cooled boiled water, albeit I'm using hot boiled water because I prefer to hot boiled water, but just so you don't burn your fingers, use cooled boiled water. You can do milk, you can use condensed milk, you can use fresh cream, really is entirely up to you, but I'm going to use water, and because I put 2 bags of icing sugar in, I'm going to be putting 3 to 4 tablespoons in, so I'm just going to drop some of this in for a minute. So that's going to go in. It's going to go straight onto my mixer. And then I've dropped the mixer down. So once I turn the mixer on, I'm just going to incorporate it. So rather than give it a blast, I'm just going to give it a little blast. Can you see okay on camera there?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, it's getting nice and thick now. Right, now I'm going to turn it on and count to 30. There we go, we're done. We're all done, we don't need to do any more. So I'm just going to make some flowers up and just show you these 4 nozzles that are on offer. And we'll decorate some cupcakes. We're actually going to decorate the rainbow cakes. So because we've got Emily in on Wednesday, because I moved Emily, poor Emily. I moved her to Wednesday because I forgot I had the Blackpool Sugarcraft Girl in. Then I've cancelled the Blackpool Sugarcraft Girl, but we can't move Emily now. So she'll be in on Wednesday. We are doing a product live on Thursday, on Wednesday morning as well at 11 o'clock. And then on Thursday, now that the Blackpool Sugarcraft Guild is not here, it's going to be me back in the kitchen again. So I was thinking, I've got some new, well they're not new sprinkles, but our Sprinklicious range. Now, I don't really shout out much about our Sprinklicious range, but I'll tell you about them. So if you want to get them in, you can get them in. I'm thinking of people who want to maybe push up their bag to £40. So I was thinking of doing a funfetti cake. What do you think? Just let me go and get a damp cloth a minute. So do you know what a funfetti cake is? So we'll use these colours from that we've got on offer at the moment, so you can see what colour they are. So John, if you can keep giving me feedback.
I think someone just mentioned they can't make the rearranged date for Georgie Godbold, so we'll be in contact with everybody over the next day or so.
Let's not discuss it here, please. Let's keep the group about what the group's about. And then as for classes, just wait for my phone call. I'll be on it on Wednesday. I can't do tomorrow because I've got a bit of a crazy day tomorrow, but Wednesday's the day for the phone call day. Yeah, and don't worry, if I don't get you during the day, I'll get you during the night. I'm a bit of a night girl, so I like to... you know, depending on how my shift is, sometimes I'm up from 6 in the morning till 1 in the morning, and then other days I'll do a bit of a later one. So bearing in mind that I've got the live to do on Wednesday day products, and then I've got to, you know, I'll probably get on the phone with you lot in the afternoon, and then depending if Laura can do the live on Wednesday with Emily, then I'll get on the phone as well, pre-tea time, start phoning you all. Right, so let's get the colours out. Check which one of these are open. It's a new one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Great. So we'll just do a nice lemon in there. So John, can I get you to mix that for me?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do a pink in here. And then I just want a green in here for some leaves. So we only want a bit of a green. There we go. Always keep yourself a cloth. Don't know which camera I'm on actually, John. Which camera are we on?
You're on this one. Look at that.
Right, okay. So when I come to mix in, don't stir like that. Always paddle, okay? So don't do that, John. In fact, John knows not to do that anyhow.
Does he?
So, behave, John. Right, so just paddle in, because the thing is you don't want any air bubbles. So you want to smooth out. So everybody who's had to work with me making buttercream, sometimes they overbeat and they have lots of holes in the buttercream. So being the type of boss that I am, I make them paddle out every air bubble. And the reason I do that is because they never do it again. And nearly all the girls who've done buttercream for me, if they're watching, which starts off with my daughter Laura, her best friend Jenny, and then Laura in the office, Karen, and there's been a few others, they've all learned. So we don't want any holes in the buttercream. You'll also see that the buttercream has to be a medium consistency. So it's not a stiff consistency, it's a medium consistency. Now, I don't know where you are in the world, so do feel free to let us know that 1, you're a newbie, 2, where you are, 3, you're a regular, where you are. That would be nice. If you're here in the UK, then you'll know that a medium consistency is just something really nice, soft and smooth. But also, we don't have the climate changes that other countries have. So in the winter, I end up putting this in the microwave for a few minutes because it can get really cold and firm up. And on the occasion that we have a heat wave, which we've been lucky enough for the last couple of years to have a heat wave each year, and I'm actually then putting it in the fridge. But in general, it will stay like this. So here we go. So that's one. So you've done the lemon for me, which is great. So there's the lemon. I don't need to know more. You're fine. You're off the hook, John.
Great.
Just do that green. So how are you all coping with this virus epidemic then? Who's locked themselves up and baking? So Sugar and Crumbs can still supply your products for you. Who's staying away from everybody and behaving themselves? And who's just ignoring it? Probably best not answer that one. So,
well, I don't think anybody will be ignoring it anymore.
So there we go. Right. So we've got 6 nozzles in the offer, 4 Nifty Nozzles and 2 white Wilton tips. So let's just get these on. So piping bags as well are on the wish list. I always use these small bags and I'll show you why in a minute. Just let me get a pair of scissors. The reason is that, are we over here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The reason I always use these small bags is for the pressure, okay? So when you're piping, you do have to release the pressure. And if you have a big bag and you overfill it, you can't release the pressure. So let's just do these a moment. Come on, wipe out the side. So you pop your nozzle into the bag. So nozzle into the bag.
The question, which one of the sweet stamps are small enough to stamp cupcakes and toppers?
Cookie and vanilla. So the cookie set and the vanilla set are perfect for cupcakes and toppers. The sugar and crumb set, some you'll be able to do shorter words. So the sugar and crumb set for shorter words, but the cookie and vanilla set, you could probably do like little sentences with them. So I don't know when you can see on this camera, John. Which camera am I on?
Do overhead, yeah.
Yeah, so just do overhead. So you'll see there that I've just cut the bag so it's in level with the tip. So can you see that well enough?
Move that way a little bit.
This way?
Yep, perfect.
Yeah. So can you see where my scissors are with the tip? So just cut there, push your nozzle back, and then cut your bag in a square, in a straight line. Don't go off at an angle. Cut it in a straight line. And then just pop your nozzle out. So that's one. Let me get the others done. So all our nozzles are food safe. All the designs are protected designs. I did see, as I always see on a regular basis, about protecting designs, okay? And some of you get it and some of you don't get it. So yes, are there copies out there? Of course there's copies out there. Yes, do they work? Of course they work. Not all of them though, but a lot of them do work. And then some people just think that I harp on about Nifty Nozzles because they're mine. Well, they're actually Alexander's, and we have the registered design rights for Alexander. And Alexander is the Russian designer. And what I'm trying to get to you guys is that when you buy a copy, you're actually affecting that person's design. And I want to try and get to you, just like morally really, that, you know, if it was your son, daughter, grandchild that had developed something, designed it, brought it to the world for everybody to use, okay, paid for all the rights to protect it, paid for everything to be food safe, or whatever it is that they've invented, how would you feel if your next door neighbour, who was very friendly with you, just copied the idea? You'd be upset. So I always listen to those people who are going, well, what does it matter? You know what, I buy them off Wish, I buy them off Amazon, I buy them off AliExpress. Well, just think about if it was you. Because that's the problem with people, isn't it? People are all right until it's them. So, you know, while it doesn't affect them, they don't care. But as soon as it affects them, they get on the little bandwagon and start. And that's just what I talk about, really. You know, I talk about protecting people's design rights. You know, people have gone to a lot of trouble to develop moulds and design them. They've developed cake tools, they've developed lots of things, everything. And if you're not sure whether it's a protected design, just ask. But the Russian piping tips, if they're called Russian piping tips on eBay or Amazon or somewhere else, you are buying a copy. But if you're buying Nifty Nozzles, which comes in a bag like this, then you're buying the genuine article. Yeah? Right. So let's get these coloured up. So you can see I've now got 4 of these coloured up. And then I am just going to two-tone the colours. So I'm going to do this one in this lovely, keep the overhead on, John, so that they can see. So I am just going to hold the bag over my hand. It's a small bag, and I'm going to keep my little finger on the nozzle. And that there is pushing against that little fatty bit there on my hand. So can you see that, John? So that is securing the nozzle. You can use your other finger, 2 fingers, hold it against your hand. I'm doing the bag halfway, so holding it up, and I'm keeping my hand there open. What I'm actually going to do now is I'm just going to coat the outside of the bag. And when I say coat the outside of the bag, I'm coating the outside of the bag on the inside, if that makes sense. So we're just going to do this. Now you can do this in a glass, but I prefer to do it by hand. So can you see what's gone on there? Can you see that nice coating?
Yep.
Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop the pink into the middle. And that's bag number 1. And then for me then, I'm just going to just get it going. There you go, that's it, it's gone. So that's bag number 1. And we'll do the same again with bag number 2. I'm just going to move that out of the way. So how is questions, John, feedback? Now we all know John loves talking in the kitchen, loves helping me along on my night while I'm here on my own. So still waiting for a response.
It was just people saying what they're doing about well, coping with the current health situation. So.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice if you told me. What have I just done with my piping bags? You see my piping bags? What them 2 there? The roller piping bags.
You can see roll.
I don't know how to roll out. What have I just done with them? Can't possibly have lost them in front of me.
You only had these 3 or 4 separate ones.
No, I didn't. I had a roll of piping bags. Oh well. There they are there. Right, okay, because I've noticed I've actually caught one of the piping bags. So this one here, I've caught it. We on the overhead here, John?
No,
Right.
you are not.
So you can see that there's just a little bit out there.
Yep.
So all I'm going to do now is going to open a new bag. And I'm just going to drop this one in. There you go. Double wrapped. It's also a good way that actually. So John, can I just show you? Can you just watch the cameras for me, please? So you know, like there's no couplers for these type nozzles. Don't be fooled into buying couplers for them. But you know, if you want to use the same nozzle, drop your nozzle into the bag, pop your colour into another bag, yeah, cut the end off and then just drop it in there. Then take the colour out, leaving the nozzle in, and put your next colour in. So you can swap like that if you like. So nozzle 2.
So which nozzles are we using? So nozzles that are in the bundle offer that we've got on at the moment. That's the ones you're using this evening, yeah?
Yeah, they are. And they're all large. So, what am I going to do there? We'll do white again for this one. So do you remember last week I was telling you about my new hearing aids that I've got? I think that knocked me off sync a little bit, but I have them to help with my hearing because I don't hear low tones. Actually, I don't actually know what I hear if I'm really honest. But it also to help me with my tinnitus, yeah. And well, they weren't helping on Thursday, believe me, I only just fitted them. But they are helping a lot now that I've got used to them. But it's really funny, you know, when you think you know what you can hear. Like I can always hear the birds sing and everything. But I've come out this weekend and my goodness, they can tweet. And I've been saying to John, what are you shouting at me for? And he goes, I'm not shouting. I say, yeah, I'm shouting. So, so it's been quite good fun. Can you hear any additional noises? John's already started mooching around for something to eat. Right, so that's our bags done.
It's not the same nozzles we took to Crafter's Companion.
No, it's a different bundle altogether, this. So the nozzles that are in here, it's a velvet tulip, which I don't actually sell anymore. So I used to sell a velvet tulip one. And then we've got the Angelique in here. We've also got, it's one that we haven't sold for a long time. It's like the 7-petal rose. And we've also got the tulip cluster in here as well. Let me get my cloth. My cloth there. Right, let's get some cupcakes. And then I'm just going to get out a leaf tip, 1 second. And if I can get a chance, I'll do a So in this bag here, we're just going to pop in the leaf tip, and I'm just going to two-tone this. Sometimes I just do it green, and sometimes I two-tone it. And when I did the class on last Wednesday, the ladies really liked the fact that it was two-toned. So, thoughts on a funfetti cake? Do you want me to make one of those on Thursday?
Very positive comments about that.
Yeah. Or should we do a red velvet cake again? I will say I got the lovely message off Shelpa this morning. So I woke up this morning, or it was late last night, I can't remember now. But she sent me this lovely message to say, Carol, I watched you on the live and I know how difficult it was for you. She could obviously sense things. She said, but I will say I made the red velvet cakes and they were delicious. So I'm actually happy to do that recipe again actually, but in a much more easier way, because I think the way I was doing it on Thursday, because I didn't have the ingredients with me, I was actually all over the place with it. So I'm actually happy to do both cakes actually.
Oh, Nikki says she can hear me munching on something.
Yeah, John, I can hear you.
It's grapes.
These lot have got ears. They can hear, and if they've got headphones in, they can actually hear everything. They catch me out when I'm eating. Right, so let's move that lot out of the way there. Let's get these cupcakes done. So we'll use that nozzle in a minute. Move that out of the way. Right, cupcakes. So red velvet cupcakes. There we go. Aren't they beautiful? So what was the feedback back? Did any of you make red velvet cupcakes? Let me know if you did. Was it worth me
I think
stress?
generally people are saying funfetti cakes.
No, I was asking, did they make the red velvet
No,
cakes?
in terms of people, what you're saying what to make on Thursday.
Yeah.
I say most people are asking to see the funfetti.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay, so put myself to the challenge again. Right, okay, so the good thing is I've got Karen working over here as well. So on Thursday I'll be saying, right, Karen, test that for me. Here's the recipe. And if she's watching now, she'll be like, oh Lord. I always have to do these myself, but John has allowed me to have Karen working here. So it's great now because obviously I've got to keep her busy, and so she'll get the first chance of testing my recipes. There we go. Right, so little crumb coat on there. So let's start off with this nozzle. So this one is the Velvet Tulip. Okay, now I always say to you girls, don't get so wound up about names of the nozzles. I wouldn't even worry about the names of them. Just know what they are. Just know that they're going to make a beautiful flower. So just know that if you've bought a Nifty Nozzle, they'll all make a lovely flower. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this one on. So John, which camera should we be on? Should we be on this one here? And if we are, can I pull this closer to me so I don't have to stretch? Can I pull that closer? Mm-hmm. How's that there?
Perfect.
Right, okay, so a little bit of crumb coat, and then you're going to pop the nozzle onto the cake. So can you see why we've only got a little bit in my hand here? Okay, so I like to hold it like this. Don't be screwing it around and then trying to hold it like that. A lot of ladies I've noticed do pipe like this, and you're not going to be able to control the pressure if you do that. You need to be able to hold it in your hand. So this video will be quite good for you to go back over. So hold it into your hand. Make sure you clean off the bottom. You go straight onto the cake, and I'm just going to rely on John that I am in camera shot all the time.
Yes.
So if you're not sure if the nozzle's sat onto the cake, just let go of your hands. So onto the cake, squeeze up, relax. Onto the cake, squeeze up, relax. Now I'm letting go of my fingers so that you can see what I'm actually doing. Would I pipe like this normally? No, not at all. But it's just so that you know. So you're onto the cake, squeeze up, relax. And with these nozzles, you can get 7 flowers on. So let's just leave that one there. So this one, if you remember, I burst my bag. So always keep the pressure, twist your bag. So onto the cake, squeeze up, relax. Onto the cake, squeeze up, relax. I'm not going to keep saying it now, but that's what you need to be saying. So these are the exact 4 nozzles that you are going to get in your bag. Onto the cake, squeeze up, relax. And make sure that you hold the cake in your hand and you're turning it all the time. And it's all about colour as well. The darker and more vivid you go is one. I do like it when it's really pastel-y. Now I do see some of you just leave them like that, okay? If you get a leaf that falls, don't worry, just knock it up. It's fine, okay? Now some of you go, oh, I was too tired to add leaves. But you know what, add your leaves. It is really important that you do add them, because you wouldn't go out in your best dress now and not put on a nice pair of high heels or some earrings or a necklace or something. So do add them, okay? So we're now going to put in our leaves. And don't go over the top with leaves, don't make them too long. Squeeze, stop, pull. Squeeze, stop, pull. Squeeze, stop, pull. Squeeze, stop, pull. There we go. Only add 3 to the centre. You don't need to add lots. What do we think of that?
Looking good.
So, you know what? There's a thing called less is more. So some of you just go a little bit mad. Turn the cake round, so it's squeeze, stop, pull. Squeeze, stop, pull. I'll show you how to do leaves in a minute, because this is a great tip. Yeah? You see them there, John? We're just going to keep going. So this is a bundle set for £20. So in this £20, John, what they're getting?
They're getting 4 of the large nozzles, 2 Wilton tips, 3 of the Colour Splash gels, and 2 of the summer flavoured, natural flavoured icing sugars.
Am I in the camera? Sorry.
Can you make the flowers smaller with these?
No. No, that's as small as they get. So you've got 7 flowers on the cupcake. But what you can do is, you can do this, if you don't want so much buttercream on. So John's not a big fan of the buttercream. So just do a little bit there. Okay, so onto the cake. So do a triangle. So if you do the triangle, I'll start here. So 1, 2, 3. So if you're not looking for a lot of buttercream, you notice that I put 3 colours in there. So 1 leaf, 2, 3. 1 leaf, 2, 3. 1 leaf, 2, 3. Yeah, do you want me to show you that again? So let's just do that. Let's just do one more. So we'll just do it again. It's a little triangle. So just a little bit of buttercream. And when I say a triangle, just think about where you're gonna do 1, 1, 1. So 1, 2, 3. So these are people who don't want a lot of buttercream on. And there you go. Yeah, don't they look pretty then? So you can see there that what you can see there is that I've two-toned this one. This one I've triple toned, so all I've done is I've done white on the outside, then a layer of pink and then a layer of lemon. And then this one here is white on the outside with a layer of lemon and then a layer of pink. This is lemon with pink, pink with lemon, and then that's white and lemon. And the pink coming through as well. Yeah, so what do you think of those, guys? So so that's that one. We also have in the kit the 1M Wilton. So let me just get a bag for this one. And let me show you how to do leaves as well. So let me just show you how to do leaves. So what little bit of buttercream I've got left in here. So if you're going to do leaves, just watch this one. So this little nozzle is a 352. So you must hold it on the angle there. Can you see? Can you see he's got a little mouth? Can you see that clear enough? Let me wipe it on my cloth here, 1 second. Right. So can you see that little mouth there?
You need to just hold it steady for a bit. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah, it's like a little fish's mouth.
Yeah. So 90 degrees, hold it there. Squeeze, stop, pull. 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 So from this little nozzle, you've got those sizes of leaves. Yeah? If you want to make a really big one, you could go squeeze, 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 and keep pushing in. And then at the end, pull. Get a big leaf. Yeah? You happy with that? So let me put that on there. Right, so another cupcake. So I've got 2 more cupcakes to finish. And then we'll have a look at the sweet stamps. So what time is it? Just gone 9.
10 past 9.
Right, okay. So 10 past 9. Forgot what I was doing. Right, this one. So this is the Wilson M. So because I've made the buttercream, I'm just going to actually reuse the buttercream that's in the bags. So a minute. Push it down a little bit more. So with this nozzle, and the same with the 352, are we on this one here, John, this camera? Yeah?
We are now, yeah.
So can you see those cuts? So your bag needs to come just above those cuts there. And that's the same with the 352, just above the cut. So what I'm actually going to do is, because I've got this, are we on the overhead there, John? So because I've got buttercream in these bags here, I'm just going to do a bit of a mix and match. So I'm just going to put whatever colour I want in here. I'm just going to give it a bit of a rumble and then see what happens. So here we go. So we're just going to do a large rose. So can you see which is the best way? Is that the angle?
That's probably okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you must start in the centre. You must overlap. And there you are. You've got a lovely rose there with that one. And then you get your leaf tip. And then you just pop your leaves on the side. And then you've got that lovely rose. Did we catch all that in the camera? Yeah. Great, so there you go. So this little set here is really good. Now, what I'm going to do with this one, so I've got the leaf tip here now. So I'm just going to show you something else to do with this. I'm just going to squirt the green out. Just put it back in here a minute. So we'll just make a little fantasy flower. So I'll make a little fantasy flower with this one. So I'm going to put a little buttercream. Am I on the camera there, John?
Yep.
So this is just going to be our little fantasy flower, this one. And what I'm going to do now is all the excess buttercream, just going to pop in this little green bag. I'm just going to give it a little mooch. Little moochy round. Let's have a look at that there. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to get our flower. So we're just going to pop our flower onto there, squeeze up, relax. And then what we're going to do then with this is, am I in the right position there?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a fantasy flower, this one. So I just want you to find another way of using your leaf tip.
Just come this way. That's it. Yeah, perfect.
Just a little fantasy flower, that's all it is. Yeah, and there you go, so you've got that one as well. So let me just move that down, move them down, move that down, move that down. I've got no more cupcakes now to show you any other ideas, but I've showed you loads over the past. So then what we're going to do then with this set, John, is that you don't get the finishing sparkle with this one, do you? Yeah. But you know what, we may as well use it anyhow. So I got my finishing sparkle. We've got some new sparkles in. So we've got the finishing sparkle silver, yeah. We've also got the rose gold, which I've just added to the website. So if you want a new finishing sparkle, you can have the rose gold. And we've also got the gold finishing sparkle as well. In the finishing sparkle, I've also bought the tubs of finishing sparkle. And I can't actually remember how many tubs they are.
22.
Oh, you know. So they are stunning, they are beautiful, and we'll have a play with them on Thursday. But what I was going to say is with these, in these pumps here, you only get 10 grams. And I think these are, I don't actually remember how much they are. They might be about $6.75, something like that. But the actual tubs, you get 25 grams for $5.99. So when your pump is finished, or even if you wanted to, you could empty this pump into an airtight container and then fill it up.
$5.49.
Pardon?
Those are $5.49.
Are these $5.49? Oh well, then the tubs must be $5.99 then. But you're getting an extra 15 grams. So what you could do then is empty this pump into a container and put one of your colours in. So if you buy like the extreme blue or the pink, or there's Yoshi yellow, they're all absolutely stunning. You could do that. Or you could use a brush and flick, and I'll have to show you how to use a brush and flick. But I'm only going to buy these free in the pumps. You can buy them in the pumps. But last time I bought them in the pumps, I bought them all in loads of different colours. They didn't sell so well. So I'm just going to keep the little tubs. You can also use these with dipping solution and rejuvenator and paint with them as well if you wanted to. So what I'll do is, I'm just going, you probably won't be able to see the colour on these, but let's have a go for it anyhow. So let's just do the gold in them. I don't know how well you can see. So that's the gold. And then we'll do the silver in these. Them two in the silver. When I was up at Crafters Companion on Friday, they couldn't believe how sparkly this was. It's absolutely fabulous. That's the silver. Can you see it twinkling, John, at all?
You can see it coming out of the pump, but it's hard to see it when it's on the cake.
And then the rose gold, but they are stunning colours. So I don't know how well you can see them, but they are really twinkly and sparkly. And are you over there? And anybody who's got the finishing silver in the silver will tell you how sparkly they are. They are lovely, and the fact that they're 100% edible. And they're also suitable for vegetarians. Yes, suitable for vegetarians as well, which is brilliant. Nut-free, which is great as well. Gluten-free, GM-free. Yep. So there you go. Brilliant. So let's put those away then. And then let's get the sweet stamp out and have a play with that. Oh, so are you enjoying this live? So Danielle was actually, I couldn't remember what I asked Danielle to do. And I tell you, I'm seriously worried about my memory at times. I know I joke about it, but oops, just smashed my cake up. There we go. So I can't just ruin my cake. That one's for you, John. Do you want to know? No. So, yeah, probably scrape off all the buttercream. I don't like the buttercream. Do you want a container to scrape off the buttercream? Yeah. So I asked Danielle if she would show you how to do a 3-tier cake, and that was going to be ganaching it, buttercream, and so she was going to ganache a tier, buttercream a tier, and then put the 3 tiers together, how to put them together properly. So it wasn't just about covering a cake, it was actually going to be about putting 3 tiers together for you. So hopefully all will be well. She's booked in for next month, so we'll get her to do it next month. Yeah? Right, let me get some sugar paste out and the board. 1 second. Right. What sugar paste should we use? Use some blue. We'll use this blue here because it's the nearest I had to hand. So we'll just put this on a board. I'll just knead it together a minute. Lovely blue ones I'll have now.
And there's a couple of people watching for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Deborah and Pat, so welcome.
Yeah.
Anybody who's new, obviously, thank you for all our regulars as well.
Yeah, so if you're new, I'm sure our community group members will tell you, all the people who follow us will tell you about what we're about. So let me just go and wipe my hands a minute.
So just while Carol's off washing her hands, if you want to like and share this Facebook Live, to enter prize draw for a £25 Sugar and Crumbs voucher. The prize will be drawn next Monday. So we run this prize on every Facebook Live that we do, and we draw the prize 7 days later. So if you share and like this Facebook Live, we will enter you into that prize draw for next Monday.
Yeah, so welcome newbies. It's a great little place to be here at Sugar and Crumbs. We do 2 demonstrations a week, and basically we usually have people in either showing you their products or showing you how to maybe make a cake, how to decorate a cake, something like that. It's always something. It's usually, we class it as light-hearted entertainment because we like to have a laugh in the kitchen. Usually on a Monday there's Laura, Maria, myself. Maria was going to be here. She has been in work today. She was actually extremely surprised when I said that she didn't have to be here tonight, because I didn't actually think there was anything worth her staying to film. So Maria makes all our little 1-minute videos. Simon was here ready for his training session. Anyhow, as soon as I said to them that they could get off early, they were, I tell you, they were out of this building. They were out at 7 o'clock. So they set up the cameras and they were off, because they start late on a Monday due to the lives. But obviously this morning, if I'd known this morning, Danielle was still coming over today. And then obviously they come in at 2 on a Monday, Simon and Maria. By the time they found out it was too late for me to change it. So they've got off early, which I'll be very pleased about.
Where's your green board go?
I know, I've been keeping this pink board a secret. I'll tell you more about it. So the green boards I've got up there, I've made a right mess of this, haven't I? I don't actually know what shape I'm doing. So in fact, do you know what, I'm going to start again. I feel as though it's Christmas all over again. This shape. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was doing then. I certainly wasn't making a round one, was I? So, right, okay. So all I'm going to do is actually just show you how to use the sweet stamps, put them on here, and then we'll paint with them just to show you this bundle deal that we've got. So we, anyhow, so for the newbies, that's what we do on a Monday. On a Thursday, we do a baking session on a Thursday. We call it Back to Basics. And basically, it's just making quick, easy bakes. Unless you were watching on Thursday and I made it a very difficult bake, which I intend to repeat on a quick, easy one. So, anyhow, so let's just get this up. Also, if you are new or if you're not a member of our group, go and join our group. We have a great group called Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake Community. It's very active, lots of help on there. The only thing that we ask you to do is not sell on there. Respect the fact that it's our group. We don't want any selling on there from any other sellers. You know, it is aimed at the Sugar and Crumbs customers, and we're looking to give people advice about cakes. I made a right ash of this board, by the way, but as we're only using it for decorating purposes, not particularly bothered. I'll tell you, that blue really does dye, doesn't it? So. Right, so we've got that there. Hope I get it all out my board afterwards to stain. Sure, a little bit of Jeff or something will bring that out, won't it? It's coming out now, anyhow. Right. So the offer that we've got on now is the exclusive sweet stamps. So the sweet stamps are these. And they're coming in this box. So this set is mine. Which camera are we on this one?
No, that one down there.
So this set is mine. So mine's in a white box, but the new box is coming in this one. Yeah. So I'll just get my box out, and then we'll have a little play. So I lost a couple of letters the other day, so I'll have to get some spare ones. So what we'll do is rolling up a little bit of sugar paste, and there's a couple of ways that you can do things. Is that mine? Yeah. So there's a couple of ways that you can do things. So this is called a pickup pad, and the set that we've got at the moment, we've got 2 offers on at the moment. We're doing one set with this, with a pickup pad, for $44.99, is it, John? And then we're doing another set with this, with some paints and some dusts at how much? $49.99. So for an extra $5, you're actually getting 3 more dusts.
2 dusts.
2 dusts.
Finishing spray.
That's it, yeah. Right, okay, so the pickup pad is this acrylic board with a piece of rubber on, and then you get this on it as well. Do not throw this away, this is important. So what you can do is you can, I presume we're looking at this camera, are we? So let's just do Happy Mother's Day, shall we? Or should we just do Mother's Day, just to make it quicker? So we'll do Mother's Day. So could you see what I just did then? You might have missed that. So a little bit of sugar paste. So Mother. So M, and then we want an O. Just onto the letter. So Mother. T. H. E. R. So you just line them up on here. So Mothers. then we've got the S.
Yeah, Abida's asking how to join the group. Yes, on Facebook, if you search for Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake Community, it should come up, and then you just follow the instructions on how to join. I think there's 3 questions you need to answer, and then one of the admins will let you into the group. And do we sell the big board?
Do we sell the pink board?
The big board, yeah.
Yeah, we sell that, right. So we sell this board in green, and this is the new super duper pink board. So I was keeping it under wraps because I didn't really want John to know about it. So thanks, guys. But Maria and Simon set up the station today, so I couldn't really say much about it anyhow. But this is the new board. It's far more expensive than any of the other boards, but it's down to the colour. So if you really fancy a treat, it really is, because of the colour you're paying a lot more. It's slightly bigger, I think, than the other one. It's the biggest one there is anyhow, and but you are paying for colour. It's like when you buy a KitchenAid. If you buy a white KitchenAid, it's actually the cheapest, and I've got several KitchenAids, but if you buy a black one or a rose gold like I've got, or a silver one, you'll actually pay more because you're paying for the colour, and that's what you're paying for this. But I will say it's very pretty and it's nice to have on the board. Had you noticed, John?
No, but I've just seen a note now. It's on the website.
Yeah.
And how much it is.
Yeah. It's very expensive.
It's got gold feet.
Yeah. So you'll see now that on here, you'll see that I've just laid this out. So if you want it to go in a semicircle, go around a semicircle. If you want it to lie on the lines, you can lay it on the lines. So once you put the letters on, just gently nudge them into place with your brush. Quite therapeutic, this, actually. I'm just going to do it there. So we were going to go out for a family meal on Sunday for Mother's Day, but it looks like we're not going anywhere now. So my daughter Laura has called a little family gathering, so we're having dinner at her house on Sunday instead, which I have to say I actually really prefer, enjoy, than going out. So we've got that on the board there now, haven't we? Okay. Now I wouldn't normally do it on top of my sugar paste, but this one now, yeah. So the sticky bit there, you're going to turn it round and you're just going to sit it on top. So you're just going to sit it on top like that. So I'm just going to take it away. So I shouldn't have really done it on there. So just knocked it. I was trying my hardest not to. Let me just take it over there a minute. Do that a minute. This is what happens when you do shortcuts. I'm just going to take that Y out for a minute. Press that in there. Put the Y in. I'm just going to line that up there. Just train it up. So it's good that you do it like this, because even if you have to fit in another letter, you can see how it's done. So press it all on, yeah. I should have moved that onto there when I was doing it, as per usual when I'm live. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to press this into here gently. And we're just going to emboss it into there. And then we're going to pull it off. And then you can take those off then, they just pull off like that. Really easy. And you can do your next word then. So we're going to put that on there, and then we're going to get the other little bits and get some dust and things going. And we'll paint the board. So we're going to use silver and gold. These are my silvers, aren't they? These are new ones. So I'll just check in to try and get mine out. So rather than me open up new containers, let me just get mine out a moment. Yeah, pure gold. I should put the silver back in. Just rather than open up new containers, I'll just get mine out. Just hold on a moment, guys. Right, looks like I'm going to have to open up a new container because I don't know what she's doing with my ones already. Just let me see if they're on that. Karen's got out the display ones, but then she's not got out mine. So just let me see what's in here. So I don't really want to open up new ones if I don't have to. Got enough stuff in this kitchen as it is. Right. No. Just let me look in my back there. Oh, here they are. Right, here they are. Great.
It's gold back there, John.
Yeah. Great. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit, can you see that on the camera there, John, where I am?
Yep.
I'm going to put a little bit of gold in as well. Now, sweet stamps also sell lots of elements as well that you can add to your embossing, but because we haven't got time for all those, we're just going to show you this little set. So all you're going to do now is, I generally do the colours straight into my lid and then let my lid dry, let the paste dry in the lid, because when it's dry you can actually then, once it's dry you can just stroke it and put it back into your container and reuse it. So let's just do this, but we're just going to use this little palette tray for now. So what's the comments back, John? So I don't know what John's going to do because he now has to do the lives with me every Monday and Thursday. So we need to get John a little bit more talkative, don't we, guys? Hey, John?
Yes.
So you get your little brush and then you're just going to gently paint. Now you'll never get it perfect. So for those guys who want to get it absolutely perfect, you do have to learn to just stand back. Okay, you'll never get it spot on. But I will say the smaller your brush is, the better. And I actually find it quite therapeutic when I've got time. And go for the biggest bits first. Those of you who use the perfect pour, I'm not going to show you that, but I'll get Karen back in to show you. I think she showed you a couple of weeks ago, didn't she? I'm not confident to show you the perfect pour live. I have used it, but I don't know whether I actually want to do it live, especially after last week's episode. I can't be going through that again. John, is there any chance you could just give me some bit of feedback so I don't feel as though I'm totally silent in the kitchen?
Everybody's just watching at the moment.
Yeah, you are.
What do you mix the colour dust with?
Right, so there's a couple of products that I use. So I use Dipping Solution by Cupcake. This is a big bottle, so it's a really good value one, okay? And it's, I think it's 96, but it's food grade ethanol, and it's 96%, 96%, so it's food grade ethanol, and ethanol is part of the alcohol family, as you know. There's also another one called Rejuvenator Spirit. And the Rejuvenator Spirit is exactly the same product as well, and that's by Sugar Flare. Some of you do use vodka. When I was up at Crafter's Companion the other day, I actually forgot to take the dipping solution with me. They don't sell it themselves, and the reason they don't sell it themselves is because they're shipping out to America, and we can't actually ship it to America. So I just thought, you know what, it's best that I actually use the alcohol up there. So just use a white alcohol. But the ethanol here, the dipping solution, and the rejuvenator is much better.
And Maureen is saying her hand isn't steady enough to paint freehand, so the perfect pour is her saviour.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I actually prefer to do freehand. But it's just your own personal taste, isn't it? So we've just done Happy Mother's Day there. So let me just get out some other little embellishments a minute. So there's lots of things in the sweet stamps range. So you know, this could be the top of your cake, and we do things like canvas cutters. So that's actually the Sugar and Crumbs font. So you can see on there. So this Sugar and Crumbs set, that's the font. This one here is the Magical. But there's loads of little embellishments and stuff that you can buy in sets. So let's just put those there. Let's make a mess. We've got Love there. So let's just put some of these things on. So what else could we have here? So let's just put that on. So have a look at elements as well. So if you're looking to add to it, just have a look at some of the elements that you can add to. There's loads of different things. So let's just have that one there. Put that there.
So Angie said she's booked on a Tiger class in October.
Oh yeah, with the Cake Illusionists.
Will I meet you both, Carol and John?
Yeah, you will. Absolutely. It's here at the house. Anybody who comes on our classes, you're actually coming into our home. So this is a separate annex that we have at the other side of the house. And it's joined to our home. It's joined to our home. So you can't get in through the house here, you have to walk outside. But it's just a separate annex, and we just use it for our classroom. So let me just pick that up there. Just 1 second. Let me see a scribing tool out, 1 second. Let's make a scribing tool up. So I'll just lift that up there. It's just like a big needle. And if you just put in scribing tool, we sell these as well. So just lift that up. Lift that up. There we go. Just move them out of the way. So no, my board isn't looking perfect, it's just to give you an idea. So let's wet this again.
Our classes are in Stockport, which is just south of Manchester. So if you're looking to come by public transport, Stockport train station is only about probably 10-15 minute drive away.
Yeah, it's quite easy to get to our classes actually, to be fair. It's amazing how many people actually fly into us as well, which is quite good. The classes are actually really very, very friendly, and we're really very sad to have to postpone Georgie's classes, but we just think in the current situation it's the best thing to do. So we actually don't want anybody to, we're not ill, but we don't want anybody to bring anything to us, if I'm honest. So this little set that I'm showing you here, the lettering, not this bit, these little flowers here you can buy as elements. So just have a look at all the different element sections that we have. So if you go to our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, go under brands and go under sweet stamps, and they have lettering and they have elements. So for the elements you can buy loads of different types of ones. There's curls, there's swirls, there's all sorts of ones. So Amy is in an element designing lots of different styles. So, and loads of you have got sweet stamps already. I'm not making the best job of this, I know, but I'm not the most artistic of people. So let me just see. And if you spill anything, I'll show you in a minute how to wipe off if you spill anything.
Would you air dry your board?
I never air dry, but your board must be soft when you come to impress. Okay, so don't dry your board and then try to impress. And it's the same when you come to do the top of your cake. So if you've covered the top of your cake and you want to actually emboss the top of the cake, then don't let it dry. Emboss straight away. Once you've embossed, then you can let it dry, and you can air dry your board after that as well. I actually never dry my board. I don't know whether it's the right way or the wrong way, but I never do. This little set comes with a little tutorial inside as well that Amy's put together for you guys on how to use the set. And then, you know, once you've done a coat, you can let it dry and then go back to it later if you want to. Now I've pressed these a little bit deeper here, so for the perfect pour, it would be ideal for this actually.
Yeah, that point's been made. For the perfect pour, you do need to emboss a little bit deeper.
Yeah, you do. In fact, let's just see. Do you know what? Let's do it with this. This is the perfect pour set. Come on, getting a bit brave now. So it's only because I made these a bit deeper. So you put your paste in, you put your powder in, and then you add some rejuvenator and you shake it. And to be fair, you get a little funnel with it. Once you've used what you need to use, just put this little top on, and you can save it for ages. You know, you don't be throwing it away. So we're just going to pull this out the way there, and I'll actually flood it there. Can you see it there, John? Oops, sugar. There we go.
That should be easier than painting.
Pardon?
That should be easier.
Well, it is if I
painting.
didn't chuck it all over there first. So let me just. This has got a copper colour in it. And this one I didn't actually do it so deep. It's a bit watery that. Oops. So what I can do now is, so there's a product called Wipeouts, and if you just wait for this to dry, you can actually then wipe off any spilt edges. I'll just get those out for you as well. But that's about as much as I'm going to do in showing you how to use the sweet stamps. I've got to be honest, I don't actually like demoing the sweet stamps on my own. I like playing with them. I like, the best way for me to use these is to sit at a table with a chair with my legs underneath, and then play with them. I actually find that much more enjoyable, but I'm having to stand. So there's a product called Wipeouts here by Spectrum Flow, and Amy's just had the same ones put in her own name. They're both exactly the same. So she's had them put in her name. In fact, this company has made them for her. So you can use these. So if you've got anything spillages there, you can actually just wipe off any spillages or marks that you've done. Now I can't wipe that off yet because it's not dry, but as soon as it's dry, I can actually go in and wipe that off there. So at the moment, so it's still, I have to wait for it to dry. So I may be able to take that up. No, I need to wait for it to dry. So wait for it to dry, be patient, and then you can wipe off. And you can then, when it is really dry, fold your cloth like that, and you can actually just wipe it off. Don't dig in, you can actually just wipe it off there. So that's me done, over and out. Right, so that's me done there. So just a quick demo playing. So I have jumped in tonight to cover for Danielle, who's not here tonight. Because Danielle's not here, and I do hope all is well with her father. I'll be checking with her afterwards, check that's everything as well. John's put 2 bundle deals together for you. So I'll just go through the bundle deals together. And it's an ideal way, if you haven't already got the sweet stamps, to start off with this set. So the set there is, I think you can see it here, John, can you?
It's on the screen as well.
So it's on the screen. So you basically get the Sugar and Crumbs set. Now that is uppercase, lowercase. It's numbers 1 to 9. Well, 0 to 9. It's got the hashtag, and what else has it got in it? Let me just tell you what other symbol it's got in there as well. Actually, it's not got the hashtag. It's got the and sign. That's what it's got in it. So so that's uppercase, lowercase, the and sign, and then you get your vowels. You get 2, obviously you get 2 A's, 2 E's, 2 I's, 2 O's, 2 U's, yeah? So you get doubles of those. You actually get 2 T's, which isn't a vowel, but you get 2 of those, 2 P's. So there's a couple of letters there that you get double of in that set. So it's a really handy set. It's absolutely lovely. And
Sandra's just saying that she doesn't do internet shopping. How can she get these? If you give the office a call tomorrow morning, they will be able to take your order over the phone if you're happy to do that.
Yeah. What did I do?
And that's 0161 393 5056. And it'll be Laura that you'll be speaking to. Yeah.
Laura's on the phone tomorrow from 7 till 3. So like John said, if you don't like doing internet shopping, give Laura a ring. Now do tell Laura there's 2 special offers on. So there's one with the sweet stamp and the pickup pad, okay? That's the cheaper version, but it's actually cheaper than buying them separately. And then there's one with the paints, yeah? So you get 2 paints, and you get a sparkling finish as well. Ask Laura if there's any other things that you need. So if you can't remember, you know, ask her to say, look, Carol said, is there any other things do I need? Do I need rejuvenator or dipping solution? And then she can talk it through with you, okay?
We're doing a draw tonight?
Yes, we are. So then when you do the fonts, that is the font, okay? So this is the font that we're showing you tonight. This is the Sugar and Crumbs actual font. Yeah, so these colours here, the rainbow is the capitals, and then up here is a combination of capitals and lowercase, and this one's happy birthday, capital H, B and M. So you can see what the font is, yeah? So with that deal there, you're getting the stamps, the pickup pad, you're getting 2 paints, and then you're getting the finishing sparkle, which I don't know if you can see very well on there.
No. You can see it come out, but it doesn't really come out on the board.
Yeah. But the finishing sparkle's brilliant. So, I mean, you really should have this. And you can also use this to put in your tray and paint with it as well. Yeah. So, and you can luster your cakes with this as well. If you put this into your bowl, into a bowl, and add your rejuvenator or dipping solution, you can actually luster the whole side of your cake with it as well. So that's the one deal. And then we've got the £20 for the new Nifty Nozzle bundle, which you're going to get 2 bags of icing sugar. You're going to get 3 colour splash gels. You're going to get 4 nozzles. You're going to get a Wilton 1M and a Wilton 352. for $19.99. So that's a fantastic bargain. And you can see the cupcakes here that I've decorated with them. As you can see, I'm much better at doing the cupcakes than I am doing the sweet stamp. There's one cake missing because John ate it. How did you enjoy it, Gunners? It's gone.
Very nice.
Yeah? Okay then. So he's had red velvet cupcakes with vanilla buttercream on. So I think that's us over and done. So don't forget to like and share for next week's draw. Let's give you the heads up. Emily is in on Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. I am on Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock, and I'm going to go through all the new products that we've got in. I'm not going to be able to do all of them, so what I'll do is I'll show you lots of new products that we're going to go in, and then that we've got in, and then we'll actually work on a couple of them, and then I'll do a couple next week and a couple the week after, and we'll keep doing them every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. For those who are at work, then you just know that when you come home at night time, you can put your headphones in on your iPad or on your computer and just watch in peace without your husband watching. And I know lots of you have said that you like the idea of a daytime because nobody knows what you're up to. So that's great as well. So let's do the like and share from Monday. So don't forget, for your cake lace offer, it finishes tonight. So Jerry was in last week, and the offer last week was you bought one cake lace mat, one cake lace paste, and you would get a free rosy mat. If you bought the bigger mat as well, it generally took you over £40, which meant that you got free delivery and a free bag of icing sugar. So for those people who are going to buy the sweet stamps tonight, not only are you getting the stamp and the pad, or the whole caboodle, you're actually going to get free delivery and a free bag of icing sugar as well. So, I mean, what more can you ask for? You can't ask for any more than that, can you? So let's go and find last week's live. So let's just do that. So how are you liking this like and share, guys? Do you like it? So I think it's quite a nice idea, and it's been so nice to see how many of you have actually won the voucher and how many of you are really excited about it. So let's just see, let's find Jerry's live from last week. So I know it's not the same buzz and noise when Laura, Maria and I are in the kitchen, but John is a very quiet person. So I think I need to start giving him a bottle of wine before he comes in, because he really does get really chatty once he's had one of them. Right, okay, so I think that's live there. Yes, it is. So Jerry was in last week showing us back to basics with cake lace, and wasn't it a fantastic demonstration? You've all gone completely bonkers, and I'm so glad, because cake lace is actually a fabulous product. It's been out for a very long time, way before Sugar and Crumbs started. And I remember speaking to the girls at the first cake show, when they were all at the first cake show John and I attended, and watching the cake lace girls bringing all their cakes in, and I was absolutely mesmerised. So let's just see here. So let me load up the lives now. Let me load up the shares now. So it doesn't load them all up at once, so you have to so I'm sure John's going to pop his finger over, aren't you, John? So how you wait a minute, let me just do this. So John will have to get, are we under the camera there, John? Mm-hmm. Yeah, do it that way. Debbie Hargreaves. Well done. Debbie's going to be well and truly chuffed. So Debbie is not actually going to believe it. So Debbie Hargreaves has won, and she actually won last week, so she's going to be well and chuffed. Baking for therapy. And she was actually on Molly's class here last week. On Sunday. So Debbie, well done, congratulations. You've just won the £25 voucher. So there's her baking for therapy there just above it. So so she's liked and shared. So well done, Debbie. You've won a £25 voucher. You know what to do. Just ring in the office. And Donna is just under there. She'll be going mad, and Helen, because they were just so near. They were just so near. So congratulations. So anyhow, don't forget, like and share. We do the draw live so that you can see. And well done, congratulations. So that's me over and out. I don't know if John's got any comments or feedback to say, John.
Debbie's still watching, so she knows she's won.
I know she'd be well chuffed. But we had a lady who won twice in the same week the other week. I think Carol Tucker won twice, and she's not the only one. It seems to go. They must have a little roll. In fact, that Donna Andrews, she won twice in the same week. So maybe that's the way forward, isn't it? So I will see you on Wednesday morning. What am I looking at? Are they not looking at me?
No, they are now.
I love John being on the camera, isn't he great? There I am, chatting away to you, and it turns out that you're just looking at here. So anyhow, we will be back on Wednesday morning, 11 o'clock products. Wednesday night with Emily Coyle from Sugar Sisters. She's going to be showing you some more Swiss meringue buttercream. And then, as I say, the Blackpool Sugarcraft Guild has been cancelled. So it'll be me in the kitchen, and by the looks of things, you want me to have a go at funfetti cake. So we'll get on with doing that on Thursday with you guys. And then that's it then, I think, isn't it? Is there anything else we need to share with everybody, John? I think if you go back to the beginning, I give you the announcement as why Laura isn't here, because of the way that we're splitting up our office at the moment due to the virus. And I've also explained about the couriers. As far as we're aware, nobody's told us any difference. The couriers are still delivering, but they may be delays. So if you are picking next day, do be aware it may not come next day. We will send it next day, we will dispatch, and the couriers will do their best to get it to you, but they're not guaranteeing. Okay? So I think that's over and out, John, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Bang on time, 10 o'clock. See you on Wednesday morning.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.